Welcome everybody, Flashtime here, and in today's video I'll be talking about Barry Allen and The Flash, Season 7, and will he be using Gideon from Legends of Tomorrow, which is future Gideon that Barry created in the future, so the original Gideon, to create his artificial Speed Force. So, as we all know, Barry created Gideon in the future, and now he is currently creating his new Gideon now in Season 7. But since Thorn used future Gideon, of what we know, in Season 1, and the Legends used future Gideon, like Rip Hunter used it, and there was the message from future Barry and stuff, which kind of led to nothing, because timeline changes and stuff. But, as we all know, Thorn knew how to use Gideon in the future, future Gideon in the present, back in Season 1. So, that Gideon knew quite a lot about the Speed Force back then. She knows how to understand the Speed Force language, which Nora Allen created. Or she says she created, but it's actually from Thorn, I think. I think that's kind of what we got. I can't remember. But yeah, so she understands a lot about the Speed Force and speed equations and how to get faster and stuff. She knows the origins of the Speed Force and how it all works. What I'm thinking is that Gideon will know how to create an artificial Speed Force due to the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thorn, using it in Season 1. So he probably logged everything he did back in Season 1 to create this artificial Speed Force of what we know. So, as for Barry using Gideon in Season 7, the present time, he'd have to contact the Legends, because I don't think that version of Gideon is still in the Time Vault. I think timeline's changed all that, but he could still use that version if that is still the future version of Gideon, unless he's just modifying that version now. Due to Gideon knowing a lot about the Speed Force, the future, the past, all about time, all about all that stuff. So, from what we know, Gideon knows a lot about the Speed Force, which would yet lead on to us thinking that Barry will use that Gideon to learn how to create the artificial Speed Force, use the artificial Speed Force, and let other speedsters, past speedsters, gain connection to the Speed Force, and how he will run his own Speed Force and how he will get back to full speed. From what we know, since the Reverse Flash knew how to create his Speed Force, I'm feeling that he used Gideon to find out how Barry would have created his own, because I do think Barry probably did create his own Speed Force in the future of the original timeline, because I think something similar may have happened. I don't know, unless they just use the positive Speed Force that Barry has been using for the past 6 seasons and now is not there. So that's just something that nobody knows what's going to be happening with that. But it is a possibility. Like, the Legends do use a future Gideon that was created by Barry Allen, as it is stated in The Flash, that future Barry created Gideon, and maybe future Barry created Gideon due to her knowledge about the Speed Force, or the knowledge she has from the Speed Force is from future Barry programming her with that knowledge of the Speed Force, and having her own connection to the Speed Force. How Barry may have done that could have been a possibility in the show. From what we know, though, I'm not quite sure whether he will use this future Gideon to create the Speed Force, but it is a possibility. As we all know, it is created by Barry. Thorn used it, Nora used it, even Harry Wells from Earth 2 has used it before, so she seems to know a lot about the future and the past and the Speed Force and all these kind of things. She understands the Speed Force language and stuff, so from what I know, she can send clips or text from the past to the future, as she did with Nora in the Godspeed episode to Thorn. Yeah. So, from what we know, it is a possibility. Please leave a like, subscribe, trying to hit 100k. It'd be much appreciated if you could do that, because it's been a rocky journey, to 100k, especially after the downward spiral of my channel recently. But we're getting it back. But comment down below your thoughts on what you think we could be seeing with Barry Allen, Gideon, and all that kind of stuff regarding that. I think it could be quite good, especially with how they're going to introduce new speedsters to be connected to this new SpeedForce. Like, because we're going to see people like the accelerated man, he needs to, because he's from a different Earth. That's even if he still exists now, because he got shown, but they're not just going to show him, I don't think, for like 10 seconds altogether, and then get rid of him. There's Kid Flash, and Reverse Flash, but he has his own Speed Force, so he doesn't have to worry about all that. He will have his speed. But yeah, that is my take on the Speed Force, and whether Barry will use Gideon to create his brand new artificial Speed Force. So it's possible that he will use it. He's creating the new Speed Force now. But comment down below what you're most excited for as well for the Flash Season 7, because it does look like it's going to be a good season. It looks like it has like Season 1, Season 2 vibes to it. Yeah, it's like, it just seems like it's going to be a good season again. I'm not saying, like, none of the seasons have been dreadful or bad. It's just they've not been as good as the first 3 seasons, in my opinion. Season 4 I did quite enjoy, but, Devoe, I wasn't a huge fan of him. I know some people are, so don't get angry at that. But, yeah, they need to really show something good with Godspeed, because a lot of people were disappointed that Godspeed isn't as fast as they wanted him to be. But we haven't seen the real Godspeed yet, or unless we saw the real Godspeed in the future, and that was the real Godspeed, and he couldn't catch Nora, but that's only starting out Godspeed. So when we do find this new Godspeed, maybe he's nicked a load of speed like Zoom did from Barry, and he's nicked it to gain speed through his clones to the original Godspeed, and it's going to be really fast. I don't know. Subscribe, like, see you guys in a bit, and see you in the next video. I upload daily, as you know, and yeah, goodbye.